Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Life Lessons with Casey, where we learn mental attitudes that bring peace, happiness, and prosperity. Today, we want to talk about 11 things we do that destroy our relationships. 11 things we do that destroy our relationships. Relationship in this context could be family relationship, friends, business, colleagues. So stay tuned because you're going to find this interesting. Welcome. Hope you have subscribed to my channel. Please, if you have not, hit the subscription button below. We're talking about 11 things we do that can destroy our relationships. I want to go straight to the point. Number one is seeing things that are not done instead of things that are done. We do that a lot. As a mother, if I walk into my house and probably my children have swept the house, they've cleaned it, the first thing I'm going to see is not that they've swept and cleaned the house. What I'm going to see is that they left the pillow on the floor, that they littered their toys, or that there's a rag, a dirty rag, lying on the floor. It maybe it's normal, but it's not okay. It is not okay, and it can destroy relationships. When you don't see things that people have done for you, but you keep focusing on the things they've not done. You can actually do 1 million things for someone, but just that one you refuse to do will be held against you forever. And the worst part is that that's what they will keep talking about. That's what they will tell everybody. Nobody is going to hear about the 1 million things you did. That would destroy a relationship. The second thing we do that can destroy our relationships is complaining. Do you know that friend that anytime you call him or her, what you hear is, this one remembered me today. If you're my friend, don't come and start saying I do it. Because that's not the point. The point is that it is going to destroy your relationship. Okay? Complaining. When you're always complaining, the people did not call you, people did not remember you, people did not spend time with you, people did not care about you, people did not visit you. You're going to scare these people away. You're going to scare them away, like they're going to run away from you more and more. Because when they want to come, what they'll remember is what you will say or what you said last. Or when they want to call you, what they'll remember is how you normally complain. In fact, nobody likes negativity. You're always complaining. People will be running away from you because nobody wants negativity. We have a lot of things, toxic things in our life that we want to get rid of. So nobody wants to go to someone who is toxic. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with a toxic person. Number 3, this my list is in no particular order. I'm just saying 11 random things we do that can destroy our relationships. Number 3 is saying everything on your mind. Like seriously, God knows how the mind is. That's why he didn't make the mind in such a way that when you look at someone, you see what's on their mind. So you now saying everything on your mind out is not a good one. I'm not saying you should not be sincere. I'm not saying you should start lying, but don't say everything in your mind. I used to be that person. I don't know if I used to be or I am still, but I'm trying not to be that person again. I'm trying not to be that person anymore that says everything on her mind, because it has landed me into a lot of troubles. When I was a high school teacher, the head, she told me something that everybody agreed with me that I'm not supposed to do what she said, but I'm not supposed to tell her that I will not do. I'm not supposed to say that I won't do. At the time, they told me that I'm nonchalant because how can you be doing something with your superior? And when he says the thing is not yet perfect, you tell him that you're trying to get rid of perfectionism. Are you okay? I beg, keep on for your mind now. Biko, leave it inside your mind. Leave it inside your mind. The fourth thing we do that destroy our relationships is stereotype and expectations. I once had a supervisor who didn't really like me because she heard I'm from a particular place, and according to her, people from that place, they behave in a certain way that made her dislike people from that very place. But when she got to know me, she warmed up to me and she realized that okay, I'm not that way. So stereotypes and expectations destroy relationships. Like, people expect you to know what they have in mind for you, even when they've not told you. How will I know that this is what you're expecting of me if you don't tell me? That is why communication is very important in relationships. Like, tell the person what you want, because nobody knows what is in another person's mind. That is even why human relationships are very difficult. You don't know what the other person has in his or her mind. So I can't know what you're expecting of me unless you tell me. The fifth thing that can destroy our relationship is assumptions. Assumptions. We assume a lot. Like, that is how the brain works. When you walk into a place, people look at you, and from the way you walked in, they assume a lot of things about you. When you do something, people look at you and they assume a lot of things about you. It doesn't have to be true, but they don't care. Like, in their own mind, it is their truth. And that is going to destroy a relationship. That's going to destroy a relationship. For instance, there is a way my husband will reply me when I ask him a question. I will assume that maybe he's angry. But meanwhile, he's not angry. His mind is not even there. So it is easier for me to assume that he's angry and withdraw. Meanwhile, he's not angry. There is an expression I will see on someone's face, and I will assume the person is angry with me. But along the line, I'll realize the person is not even angry. Or if the person is even angry, by the time the person starts telling me what he or she is angry about, I'll realize I'm not even in the picture at all. So it is not good to assume anything. Like, it's not good to assume anything. When someone is telling you something, most times, it is not what the person is telling you that you're hearing. You're analyzing the story in your own mind and forming your own assumptions. That can destroy a relationship. The sixth thing that can destroy a relationship is trying to be right all the time. Like, you must have the last word. You must be right. You must, like, it must end in your favor. The people you relate with are not going to be okay with it. And if they see a way to avoid you, they will. If they see a way to, stay away from you, they're going to do that. Be intentional about not making your words final. Like, be intentional about not having it your way all the time. The seventh thing we do that can destroy our relationships is escalation. Blowing things out of proportion. Like, escalating little things, giving them wings, adding salt and pepper, blowing things out of proportion. I read something about it on my website recently. Check the description below to get the link. The eighth thing we do that can destroy our relationship is judging people because we feel we know them too well. When you're very familiar with someone, you know the person's strength, you know the person's weaknesses, you know how the person responds to issue. We tend to assume, whatever they do, we feel that we already know why. We feel that, we know them too well. So we don't listen to whatever explanation they have because we feel we already know them. For instance, my family and friends do that to me a lot because they've already tagged me the one who argues. So once they tell me anything, whatever I say is an argument. Even if I'm just trying to understand what they are saying or just trying to say my own opinion, it doesn't have to be an argument. Like, I'm allowed to have an opinion. What is an argument, Seth? I still don't know what is an argument though, because someone can talk to you, and as you're talking back to the person, they tell you, please, I don't want to argue. Okay, so I should keep quiet, like I should just listen to you and keep quiet now. I'm confused. I'm very confused about human relationships, seriously. I don't argue all the time. Sometimes I just want to talk. Sometimes I just want to reply so that it will not be as if you finish saying something and I kept quiet. Let's stop judging people because we feel we know them so well. Sometimes it's not what we think. If you have a child who is stubborn, there is a possibility that even when the child makes a mistake, you would think that the child is just being stubborn because, that stereotype is already there that this one is a stubborn one. So anything that person does, you're going to judge that person based on what you think you know about the person. So we need to stop that because it's going to destroy our relationships. The number 9 thing I want to talk about is selfishness. Human beings, we are naturally selfish. Like, there's that thing in us that makes us think about ourselves first. But if you really care about your relationships, you have to be intentional about thinking about someone else other than yourself. Because most times what we care about is myself, me, and I. Most times when we want to make decisions, we don't think about the other person. And that is going to make us, lose relationships. The 10th thing that can destroy a relationship is lying. One thing I've noticed about lying is that the truth will always be found out. But I think the people that lie a lot don't know that the person they are lying to knows they are lying, or will later know, or maybe they don't just care. But lying is something that is going to destroy trust. Building trust is a very difficult thing. And the trust that you've built over the years, you just need one lie to destroy it. You just need one lie to destroy the trust you've suffered, like the trust you've put in a lot of work to build. You just need one lie to destroy it. So lying is one thing that can destroy a relationship completely. On my number 11 is disagreement. The Bible says, can two walk together except they agree? The answer is no. And that is why a lot of relationships are crumbling. That is why a lot of marriages are crumbling. If you're considering marrying someone, try to find out whether your mentality and this person's own agree, because it's going to save you from a lot of fights. It's going to save you from a lot of, it's going to save you from a lot of disagreements. You must not agree in everything, because even siblings don't agree in everything. Talk more of two people that are coming from different backgrounds. But there is that basic mentality that if two people have it, they can agree easily. If you're a religious person, your relationship with somebody that is not religious will not go smoothly. It can't really blossom. You have a lot of disagreements. You will have a lot of disagreements. If you're someone who believes in family, like family unity, your relationship with someone who doesn't believe in family ties won't really blossom, because this other person is not going to value what you value. Before you decide to marry someone, know your core values and see what this other person thinks about those things. That is why it's always important to be friends first before you start talking about marriage and relationships, because when you're friends, everybody is free. Like, you air your view, you chat, you discuss, and in the course of discussing, you're going to know what this person values. You're going to know how this person's mentality is. And it is in that process that you will know if the two of you agree. So if you see two people that have this bond, it is because they have the same values. They share similar mentality. Okay, I think I've gone off point though. These are 11 things that can destroy our relationships. And now that we know them, let us try to avoid them. Let us start seeing what is done instead of what is not done. Let us stop complaining and start appreciating others more. Let us learn to be diplomatic, withhold some things. Let us learn how to leave some things in our mind and not say it with our mouths. Let us get rid of expectations, assumptions, trying to be right all the time, blowing things out of proportion, judging people because we feel we know them too well, selfishness, lies, and all forms of disagreement, so that we will have better relationships. Because relationship is something that makes life exciting. So let us work on having better relationships. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.